Well, we're gonna start lying on the ground again today. Love it. And we'll be on our back. And just, take the first minute here to do whatever you want. Just stretching out. Maybe it feels good to spread out as much space as you can, big starfish. Maybe it feels good to bring your knees up to your chest a little bit. And taking some nice deep breaths. Hello. We're just starting, just laying on the ground, getting our stretchies out. And again, just hanging out here for 15 more seconds, nice deep breaths. And maybe a good stretch. All right, and then we'll take and pull both your knees up to your chest, and then we're gonna just drop them down to one side. I'm gonna drop them down to the left side, and you're gonna try to keep your shoulders on the ground as you do that. And then we'll take a couple of deep breaths here. And you're also kind of trying to keep your knees together if you can. So knees together, shoulders on the ground. Nice deep breaths. All right, and then kind of keeping your knees pulled up to your chest, so bring them back to the middle, and then drop them off to that other side. And again, trying to keep your knees together and your shoulders down. And taking some nice breaths. All right, now you're kind of gonna pull your knees back up to your chest, and then we'll drop them off to that first side. That left side is where I started. And then as soon as they touch down, you're just gonna bring them back up to the middle again, and then drop them down to the right side. And again, as soon as you touch down, back up to the middle, and nice and slow and steady. And again, try to keep those shoulders on the ground as much as possible, and your knees together. And you're still breathing as you do these. All right, and then we're gonna just take one knee up, one leg straight, and just nice big pull that up to your chest. And you can kind of make a big circle with your knee, pulling it up to your chest. And just kind of opening up your hips, dropping your knee off to the side, and then kind of pulling it back up to your chest. And then maybe we'll get those circles going the other direction, across your body. And again, try and keep your knee bent. Or whatever feels good. Just getting some circles through your hip here. Maybe it just is very crunchy in my hips. Okay, then we'll switch to the other side. Pull that knee up to your chest. And again, some nice circles. Try and keep your knee bent. Crossing your body and then up to your chest, down to the side. And using your hands to help where it feels good. Breathing, and then maybe go the other direction. Ooh. And then finish with that big hug up to your chest, and then we'll switch other knee up to your chest, and then we're just gonna switch back and forth, getting a big knee hug, and then other knee, big hug. Okay, we'll just roll over onto one side, and you're gonna take, your knees will be slightly bent, and you're just gonna be propped up on your forearm, or if you want, you could even lay down and be all the way down with your tricep on the ground, and we're just gonna pull your hips open like a clamshell, and then nice and slow back down, and you can pretend like you have this big, thick resistance band on your knees, and really trying to open it up nice and slow, and getting really tight. It's really heavy. Oh my gosh, I feel like my hip range range of motion is not where it used to be. Okay, we'll go ahead and switch to the other side. There. Same thing, you can be propped up on your forearm or all the way down, whatever feels good. And you may notice laying lower kind of like limits how much you're, whoa, man, lots of popping going on here. Okay, good stuff. All right, next, we're gonna be just laying on your back. And we're gonna do some glute bridges. So we're just still hanging out kind of where we were, feet flat on the ground. Squeeze those glutes to get your hips up high. And we're just gonna do reps nice and slow and steady. You know, staying in control of that spine as you bring it down one vertebrae at a time. Nice and tight through your midline. All right, and then we're gonna hold in 3, 2, 1. You're just gonna hold up at the top, hips high, feet flat on the ground. Squeezing those glutes. We're gonna stay here for 10 more seconds. And actually that was a lie because now we're gonna stay here but march your feet, one foot up, then the other foot. Again, taking breaks as you need. But we're gonna march for 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now you're gonna bring your back down, but you're gonna bring your feet up, and we're gonna be in this hollow position, and then you're gonna lower back down. And so we're just gonna do this like hollow raise, and then back down. So from resting on the ground, up into hollow, and then back down. And again, this hollow position, belly button to spine, or I'm sorry, belly button to the floor, through your spine. Okay, now we're gonna hold in hollow. Shoulders off the ground, hips up off the ground, or sorry, legs up off the ground. Low back glued to the floor. Keep breathing. All right, and now we're gonna rock. 3, 2, 1, go. Little tap with your heels, rock back, little tap with your heels. And if you're finding it hard to keep your low back down, it's okay to bend your knees a little bit. Little tap with your heels. Three, 2, 1. We're gonna go back to our glute bridge. So plant those feet, hips up high, and then nice control, lowering your back down. Squeezing those glutes, getting your hips up high. One vertebrae at a time on the way back down. 3, 2, 1. All right, into your hold. We're gonna hold here. Glutes tight, hips high. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, march. Keeping your hips up as you march one leg out at a time. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go into that hollow raise. So getting that low back on the ground and then raising arms and legs up and then resting on the ground again. Three, 2, 1. Hollow hold. Low back to the floor. Taking those deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. Rock. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and we'll rest. You can maybe stretch out a little bit, anything you need. And you can grab a little sip of water. Where did I put my water? Dang, those hollows are so hard. Okay, and then we're just going to do a little bit to warm up our legs a little bit more before we go into the next part today. And so next we're going to do just some of our walking deads. And so those are the ones where you take a little step, not quite like a big lunge step, and then you're just going to hinge forward, slightly bending your knees, but really focusing on trying to keep your hips high and your back flat as you bow forward. And we're just going to do 10 reps of these whenever you're ready. And again, nice and slow and steady, and it would be like 5 per side, just 10 reps. 5 per side. And then once you're done with that, you're going to plant your feet together, so they'll be right underneath your hips, no step, and we'll do that same thing, bowing forward again for 10 reps, but just no step this time for some good mornings. And again, trying to keep your legs pretty straight, but just hips high, and keeping your back as flat as possible. And so if you take your time on these, I feel like I definitely start to be able to work my way down a little bit. As my hamstrings loosen up. Really try to keep your shoulder blades down and back. Nice flat back. All right, and then after your 10 good mornings, we're gonna do 20 jumping jacks. Whenever you're ready, 20 jumping jacks. And then we're just gonna do one more time through. So 10 of your walking deads, again, just 10, 5 per side, and then 10 good mornings and 20 jumping jacks. You can just do it whenever you're ready at your own pace. It's so wild how even after one set, it already feels so much easier on my body to do. The hamstrings just need to get loose. All right, and so 10 of your walking, and then 10 good mornings with your feet planted under your hips. And again, really focusing on keeping that back flat, hips high. And then 20 jumping jacks. And then for the next part, we're going to be playing around with our weight. So if you have your weight around, you can go grab it. And also if you're working with like barbells and stuff, you can, there'll be an opportunity for you to like add weight if you want. So you could set that up for yourself. And so next we're going to be doing some deadlifts with the weight. And these are going to be sumo deadlifts. So I'm just throwing you every variation of deadlift today. I just realized. But so you're going to take that wide stance and you're going to try to hinge forward as much as you can, keeping that back flat with the soft bend in your knees. And then when you get to this point where you're kind of feeling that resistance, like it was the bottom of your rep for your good mornings or your walking deadlifts, we're really starting to kind of feel out where you can keep your back flat and get to that point where your hamstrings are kind of at that maximum stretch. And so with the weight in your hands, once you get to there, in that wide stance, it's okay to like bend your knees to finish the rep to the ground. So you'll start with your knees bent and your chest up, and then you'll kind of push into the ground to unbend your knees and then unhinge at the top. And so as you come back down, again, hinging forward as much as you can, and then you get to that point where, ooh, my hamstring's real tight, then you can bend your knees to finish the movement to the ground. And so then kind of doing it backwards all the way back up. Pushing into the ground to unbend your knees a little bit, and then opening up your hips to stand at the top. Again, you can like hinge all the way down there, then that's great too. And then you can keep your legs pretty straight the whole way, and you don't really need to finish with that knee bend. Yeah, and then now we're gonna try to take a 3 count on the way down. 3, 2, 1, and then standing it up fast. Okay, you'll do that for 6 reps. 3, 2, 1, standing it up fast. And then once you've done 6, we'll rest. Nice. Wow, so strong, everyone. Okay, and then next, for our next deadlift, we're gonna deadlift, so you'll hinge down to the bottom, and then we're gonna pull up to the top, and then the weight will go back down and you'll stand up again. So it's gonna have a little pull on the inside of it. And so you could do these standing, feet flat on the ground, hips up higher, and you'll hinge forward, pull up to your chest, and then back down. And if you would like, you could do these on one leg. And so you can have that back leg propped up in like a kickstand, kind of like as we were in our walking deadlifts. Hinge forward, pull, and then back down. Or you could even hover this back leg. Like we've kind of been doing some of these the past couple weeks, but without the bent row in the middle. And then you can also, if you want to, play around with doing these with one arm, if you have a one-handed weight. And do them contralateral, which means my working leg is my left leg, so my working arm is going to be my right arm, so not the same. Again, hinging forward, pulling up to your chest, and then standing. And if you're doing them one leg, we're going to do 6 per side, or you're going to do 12. And again, we're going to go for 6 per side, or 12 total. Good job. Wow, they look great. All right, and then next, what we're going to do going forward, where did I put? We're going to do this like Imam style. And so each minute we're going to do we're going to do 6 sumo deadlifts and then rest the remainder of the minute. And then 6 of your one leg, one arm or whatever. And then the next minute, 6 on the other side. And so if you're doing them with both legs or both arms, then you're just going to do 6 in the second minute and then 6 in the third minute, which would be
the same thing, and that's fine. And you can also add reps if you want to, depending on how heavy your weight is. And then, but the first minute we're gonna do is we're gonna be with our weight. You're gonna be, depending on what your weight is, I guess, you're gonna be laying on the ground, and we're gonna do hollow flutter kicks. 3, 2, 1, go. And if you want, you can add your weight up over your chest. And you just do flutter kicks. And we're gonna go for 30 more seconds. We're gonna do 40 seconds of flutter kicks. And so yeah, take your breaks as you need, but try to keep kicking. As many kicks as you can for 20 more seconds. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we'll rest 20 seconds. And then we'll go to our Sumo Deadlifts at that 3 seconds on the way down pace. We're gonna go in 10 seconds with those. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and slow on the way down. 3, 2, 1, and then standing up fast. And so yeah, hopefully you'll have a chance to rest. And then we'll go into our one leg option. And again, your goal here is going to be to hinge and then pull and then stand back up. 3, 2, 1, go. And again, you can be using your kickstand if you want, or just hovering one leg. We're just going to do that one leg in this minute. And aiming for like 6-ish reps. And again, just doing that one leg. And then getting some rest, and we'll do the other leg the next minute. In 10 seconds, we'll do that other leg. 3, 2, 1, go. That side was hard that time. And then we're going to go back to our flutter kicks. There. All right, 3, 2, 1, flutter kicks. 2, 1. Rest. Arg. And we'll go back to our Sumo Deadlifts in 10 seconds. So again, that nice wide stance. And we're gonna lower down for 3 seconds. 6-ish reps. Ready, set, go. We'll get some rest, and then we'll do our one leg RDL plus bent row in 10 seconds, 6-ish reps. 3, 2, 1, go. Once you finish that one side, we get to rest. About 20 more seconds and we'll do the other leg. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Other leg. Oops. Don't need it there. For some reason my right leg is much harder. All right, 10 seconds till our flutter kicks. 3, 2, 1, go. Three, two, one. Here. Rest. All right, and this will be our last round of this part, so we'll go back to our deadlifts in 10 seconds. Three, two, one. That wide stance. And nice and slow, 30 seconds on the way down. And then try to stand up fast. leg for our single leg stuff in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, 10 seconds. And we'll get that second leg, my right leg, so hard on my right leg. 3, 2, 1, go. Very good. Okay, we're gonna finish with the flutter kicks. In 10 seconds, 40 more seconds of flutter kicks. Last flutter kicks. 3, 2, 1, go! These make me feel like I'm gonna throw up. Seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, and we'll take more than 20 seconds this time, so you can get some water. Yeah, and grab a little rest. That was great. Little break. Water. Stretch. All right, sweet. So next, we're gonna do more deadlifts. And also some swings. And so if you have a dumbbell or something that has like a handle on it that you can hold, then the swings will be like an option for you. But if you're working with a barbell today, swings are kind of not really something that I would advise, but instead you could do cleans. And so I'll show you those in a second. But otherwise, we're gonna practice doing our swings from like the hiked position or from a hike. And so you're gonna start it out in front of you. And you're gonna be like an arm's length back from your kettlebell with your feet about shoulder width apart. And then you'll keep your chest up and drop your weight back. And as you get a grip on that kettlebell, you'll notice it starts to pull back towards you, or cinder block, or dumbbell, or whatever it is. And then you're gonna try to pull and slam it into your hips. And then as you get that momentum about to swing back, you'll just stand up fast and go into that swing. And so the hike here, and then standing up into that swing. And then we're gonna set it back down into that hiked position. And again, if you're working with a barbell today, you can do those cleans instead. But you should be able to do it with the sandbag. You just might have to take a really wide stance or grip it on its sides, maybe if possible. But you'll try to do that hike into a swing. And we'll just practice a couple of those. Hike plus swing, and then setting it back down.
What weight are you all working with?
This one's 35. You know what, Jean, you could do 2 of those sandbags, one in each hand,
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
the little ones, and then I give you 20 pounds, and you just kind of try to squeeze them together. They'll be harder to hike, but
Oh.
that's okay. And so then after you've done your swing and then it's back here in this hiked position, you're gonna step up or jump up to your kettlebell, and then that's when the deadlift comes in. And then you'll place it back down, and then you'll jump back or step back into this position where you'd hike it, and then you're gonna swing. Set it back down, jump up or step up, deadlift, jump up or step back, swing. There might have been one other time we did something like this. I'm trying to think for Eugene, what would be a good way to do that. I think you could do it almost like, say your swing, and then just back to the ground, maybe like an up down, and then stand it up. Let me think, 1 second. Swing, and then deadlift. Maybe you just don't step. You just swing, and then straight to the ground, deadlift. Swing, and then deadlift. There's no really stepping or jumping. Okay, great. Okay, and then we're gonna play around with some Russian twists. So you'll be on your butt and you'll take your weight and you'll tap it to the ground on either side of you. And if you want, you can hover your feet, or you could keep your feet closer to the ground. Also, you can do these with no weight if you want. But we're gonna do kind of low reps, so weighted is also fine, but you don't have to weight them. And then we're gonna do these toe taps, everyone's favorite. You're just gonna tap your weight. Right, left, each rep counts. Okay, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with 1 swing plus deadlift. And then 2 Russian twists, 1 per side, 1, 2. And then 30 toe taps, 1, 2, 4, 5, 30 toe taps. And then you're just gonna add 1 each set to the swings. And then you're gonna add 2 each set to the twists. And you're gonna add 10 each set to the toe taps. So the first set is gonna be 1 swing. First set will look like this. 1 swing, and then into this deadlift, 1 deadlift. And then you're gonna do 2 Russian twists. So again, it's okay if you're weighting these because we're gonna do low reps at a time. 1, 2. Then you get back up again, kind of annoying. And then you're gonna tap this thing 30 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30. And then you're gonna go back to 2. You're gonna swing plus deadlift 2 times. So not 2 of each, but then 2 times. Swing, deadlift. And now I'm gonna do 4 of those Russian twists. For 4 reps. And then 40 toe taps. The toe taps are gonna reach by 10 each time, just starting with 30. So that's the one that gets a little bit confusing. And then the second round would be 3 swings plus RDLs, 6 twists, 50 toe taps. And if it starts to get too confusing, you can just go ahead and repeat the last set that you remember. Like if you get to 5s and it's like whatever, you could just repeat 5, 10, 80 as many times as you can until time's up. Because we're just gonna go for 12 minutes, and once 12 minutes is up, you're just gonna get as far as you can in that time, and we'll be done at 12 minutes. And so if you just get to a number you wanna repeat for the whole 12 minutes, that's fine too. Including the first round could just be repeated, that's fine. However you want. Okay. losing my remote. All right, we're gonna start in 10 seconds. And again, it starts with 1 swing plus 1 deadlift. 3, 2, 1, go! Swing, hit, back into that pike position. Jump up, deadlift. Okay, 2, Russian twist. 1, 2, and then 30, toe taps. Okay, then 2 times. Swing. Hit. Deadlift. Swing. Deadlift. 4, twist. 40 toe taps. And then we're on to 3, swing plus RDL 3 times. And then it'll be 6 twists. Taps. Okay, I think I'm on 4. And 8. Okay, we're 3 minutes in. Doing great. 5 minutes in. Oh, we just passed halfway. Just 2 minutes left. 1 minute left. Seconds. 3, 2, 1. Done. Wow. I'm gonna stretch the way we started. Just kind of decompress my low back with some knee hugs. Wow, all the deadlifts today.
Alright, my computer's about to die, but thanks, Chardy.
You're so welcome.
Yeah.
So good to see everybody. Bye.
Yeah, so, you know.
Wow, I'm sweaty.
Same. Oh my gosh. That was for me.
Yeah, breakfast time. Time for some eggers. Get that protein.
Yeah. Have a good day. Thanks, Chardy.
Yeah, enjoy your days off-ish. You too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
See you soon. Bye-bye, YouTubers. Thanks for joining the workout. So good to have you watching. Bye.